first performers are going to be Melissa Fleming, followed by Charlie Ortolani. I think that's the order they want. And following them will be Frank Albani. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Charlie.
Hey, Dan, could you make sure you hit enter after entering the list of things in the chat? It's not showing up.
Oh, shoot. I sent it to only one person. Let me do that again. I did hit enter. It was a different operative area.
It's even worse when you send it to 1 million people and you meant to only send it to one.
There we go. Now everybody got it. Okay. So Charlie and Melissa, take it away.
First of all, is this guitar and our voices loud enough? Last time I saw something, we were
yes, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
The guitar might be a little bit louder than your voice, but
okay,
it's probably fine.
Someday before you die, okay? I'll just ask you, turn it up. Somebody will ask you to turn it up, but it's not happening any too soon.
Fading in and out. Turn up your guitar. Okay.
Well, I was, gonna do a seasonal song, but I decided instead to, I only have a couple of bluegrass-ish tunes in my repertoire, so I decided to do one of them in honor of David Surratt, who just left us a couple days ago. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, right.
1, 2, 1. I'm hanging around, hoping you'll get lonely. I'm hanging around, oh, you say we're through, and telling me now that you'll never miss me. But I'm hanging around just in case you do. I'll be the melody that haunts your mind, stuck in your memory like a nursery rhyme. Take a fall like Humpty Dumpty. If it takes a month of Sundays, I got time. Hanging around, hoping you'll get lonely. I'm hanging around, though you say we're through. You're telling me now that you'll never miss me. I'm hanging around, just in case you do. Beside you every step you take. Every time you turn around, I'll be in your way. All over you like poison ivy. You get the itch, then when you'll find me here to stay. Hanging around, hoping you get lonely. I'm hanging around, oh, you say we're through. Telling me now that you'll never miss me. But I'm hanging around, just in case you do. I'm hanging around, just in case you do. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
David was a master of all styles, but I think he liked bluegrass the best. I don't know.
Yeah, it was quite a shock. So.
Not really, but
Okay. At one time you were doing this song. Can I get the words down?
oh, and you're getting it to it. Oh, it's not that song.
It's coming on Christmas, cutting down trees, pouring up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. Gonna make a lot of money, gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Oh, I wish I had a river so long I could teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby cry. He tried hard to help me, put my mind at ease, and love me so strongly, made me weak in my knees. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But I'm so tired to handle, I'm helpless and I'm sad. I lost the best baby that I've ever had. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Oh, I wish I had a river so long I could teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I made my baby say goodbye. Oh, I wish I had a river so long I could teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. It's coming on Christmas, cutting down trees, putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy and peace. I wish I had a river I could skate away on.
Beautiful, honey.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. What a great job.
Well done.
I forgot
Beautiful.
you even did that to me.
The one time the year I get a chance to do that. So, an amazing song. Thank you all.
Even though it's arguable about whether it's a Christmas song or not.
It's
That-
winter.
Coming on
References
Christmas.
reindeer. References reindeer.
No, it says it's
It
coming
does.
on Christmas, so it's a
It
pre-Christmas
does.
song.
There you go.
So it's
Okay.
probably a Hanukkah song if it's pre-Christmas.
Well done.
Anyway, good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
So up next is going to be Frank Albani, who has joined us before, but it's been a while. And following Frank will be Ron Israel. So Frank, you can unmute yourself. You're not unmuted yet. Where are you?
So I saw that
There you are.
Joni Mitchell was receiving the Kennedy Center honors, and it's on Wednesday night, I think. And I learned from the promo for that she was she almost died a few years back, I guess. Had to relearn to walk, and but what an amazing artist. Gave the whole world so much. So talk about another amazing artist in a kind of different way, I guess. I'm going to do a song by Adele. And I was never an Adele fan until about a couple months ago. My friend Junko Ogawa asked me to learn the song Someone Like You. And then I started listening to Adele. Back when she came out, 10 or 12 years ago, I kind of heard her here and there, but I never really latched onto it. But some of you have heard me do this on acoustic at the Catbird maybe a month ago or so. But I've been messing around with it with the electric and the looper, so we'll give it a go. Well, I heard that you settled down, that you found someone and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. I guess he gave you through. Old friend, why you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I'd hope you see my face, and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Well, I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. You don't know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I hope you see my face, and that you'll be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you saying sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Well, nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes, they're all memories made. We would have known how bittersweet this would taste. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you say, sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah, great job, Frank. Nice.
Good job. Sounded great.
Rocking out.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Frank. That was great. Okay, so up next is going to be Ron Israel. And following Ron will be Ruth Canonico. So Ron, you can unmute because I just muted.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yep. You're all
Can you
set.
hear my guitar?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a new song that I'm working out. First time I played it out. It's a little rough. It was inspired by my wife, who's a therapist, who tells me that everyone's got a story. I'm not supposed to do that? Sorry, might have broken some confidentiality thing. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story to tell. Everyone's got a story. What they think happened to them. Everyone's got a story. My mom in 73, she did things that I could not see. And that's the reason why I got this blind spot in my right eye. That's my story. That's my story. My dad in 74 said I was dumb for not counting to 4. Just look at me now. Smartest guy in the whole damn town. Well, that's my story. That's my story. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story to tell. Everyone's got a story. What they think happened to them. My teacher had this rule. You couldn't speak out in school. So I became depressed I don't object, I don't protest. That's my story. Everyone's got a story. When I was only 5, kids made fun of me about my size, and so I got real tall. Learned to shoot a basketball. Hey, that's my story. That's my story. And when I was only 6, I learned to do a mathematic trick. So I became a nerd. Made up numbers, seldom heard. That's my story. That's my story. Everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story to tell. Everyone's got a story. What they think happened to them. And if you got no story, just make up one as soon as you can, so you can say it happened back then, and everyone will understand. That's your story. That's your story.
Good one, Ron.
What a great song, Ron. Wow.
Keeper.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ron. Up next is going to be, let me see, yes, Ruth Canonico. And following Ruth will be Chelsea Spears. So Ruth, you can unmute yourself.
Here we
Oops, there you go. Oops,
It seems to
Fighting
have a
with the-
mind of its own.
I was fighting with the button for you.
Oh, you were?
I wasn't sure you were fighting it.
Well,
You're all
my
set.
computer,
Go ahead.
my computer's been acting very peculiar all day today. So, I love anything that refers to stories. So thank you very much for that song about everyone has a story. This last week, Hall Kirkham, who many of you know, who sings, but is also a minister of an Episcopal church, posted a copy of this carol that I'm going to attempt. But the photograph was a 50s photograph of children all bundled up in their woolly hats and scarves, looking like they were going out to sing carols. And my story is that reminded me of my childhood, when our Sunday school kids all gathered together and were put in not horse-drawn carriages, but pickup trucks with lots of hay and straw inside, and take us from house to house where people couldn't get out, and we sang to them, and then came back and had hot cocoa and cookies. So that's my story. Now I'm going to try to sing this, but as you know, I don't sing enough, so it'll come out as it comes out. And I'll just say this, is if you have the album Sting on a winter's night, you'll hear him singing it a lot rougher than me, but with great accompaniment. Lo, how a rose ere blooming. Lo, how a rose ere blooming from tender stem has sprung, from Jesse's lineage coming, as men of old have sung. It came a floweret bright amid the cold of winter, when half spent was the night. Excuse me. Isaiah 'twas foretold it, the rose I have in mind. With Mary we behold it, the Virgin Mother kind, to show God's love aright. She bore to man a Savior, when half spent was the night. O flower whose fragrance tender with sweetness fills the air, dispel with glorious splendor the darkness everywhere. True man, yet very God. From sin and death now save us, and share our every load. Lo, how a rose are blooming. Scratchy voice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful song. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Ruth. Up next, let me see. Up next is Chelsea Spear. And following Chelsea will be Tom Horsky. So you can unmute Chelsea.
Good evening and happy holidays, everyone. I'm going to play a Christmas song I wrote a couple of years ago. This is one of the first songs I've ever written. My great-grandmother was living in Halifax at the time of the explosion, and that event has always held a lot of significance to me. So if you know about the Christmas tree on Boston Common, this is a very short version of the story of how the Christmas tree got there. It's called Sister Cities. Two sisters born of the Empire rebelled and crossed the Atlantic, shared a language and a love of seafaring. Boston, the pride of the Commonwealth, grew from a defiant adolescence, became a grandam, all red brick and blue blood. Halifax, the baby of the family, possessed of a raw, mild beauty. Boston kept an eye out like a sister should. Sister cities astride the 49, unencumbered by the crown and king. Sister cities, their storms are ties that bind, their ports are fortified for anything. One morning, December of 17, a cargo ship collided with a submarine. Their explosion wiped out the Richmond neighborhood. When the smoke cleared, 2,000 died, 9,000 injured but still alive. Countless others reft of house and home. Boston took the train up to Halifax, loaded down with doctors and donations, kept an eye on Hallie like a sister should. Sister cities astride the 49, unencumbered by the crown and king. Sister cities, their storms are ties that bind, their ports are fortified for anything. of Hallie's Christmas gift. Beacon of hope in post-war days. Boston's love was swift, eternal lives in evergreen, standing brave and tall, with a message for all who passed. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. Sister cities astride the 49, unencumbered by the crown and king. Sister cities, their storms are ties that bind, their ports are fortified for anything.
It's a great song, Chelsea.
Good song, yes. Thanks, Chelsea. Okay, up next is going to be Tom Horsky. And following Tom will be Cheryl Perreault. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Tom Horsky. There you go.
Very impressive song by Chelsea. It turns out I heard that story about Halifax because I worked for a company that had offices in Halifax and in the Boston area. And anyway, it's something that always amazed me, that sister city concept between the two. And it happened around the turn of the century, I think. During World War I. In any case, there's a beautiful moon out tonight, and so I'm going to do a Lightnin' Hopkins song called Shinin' Moon. Don't the moon look pretty, shining down through the trees? Don't the shining moon look pretty, shining down through the trees? Well, I can see my baby, Lord, Lord, when she don't see me. You know I tipped over to her window just to see how sweet she snored. I tipped over to that woman's window just to see how sweet she snored. You know I felt like jumping loud, loud through that keyhole in a door. the shining moon look pretty every night round break of day. You know the shining moon sure look pretty every night before break of day. You know the home is so happy when your baby ain't gone away.
Yeah.
Great job. Great
That was
job,
great
Tom.
job, Tom.
Great picking, great blues. We have had a quick change in the performance order. Cheryl would rather be later in the order. So the next person on the list is Jane Fallon, if you are ready, Jane. And then following Jane will be Ellen. So are you ready to go, Jane? Maybe not.
Unmute, Jane. Unmute.
Unmute if you're
I'm
there.
going now. I'm going now. Okay.
Okay, you are unmuted. Okay.
I am unmuted. Oh, I'm unmuted. All right. Yeah, we've had a lot of losses in the folk community and recently, and personal friend of mine named Joe Verga, knew him through NERFA, through the folk community here in Florida. He also died like just right after Bill Staines did. It's kind of totally took me by surprise. We all did, but first starts out Alaric and then Bill Staines and then Joe Verga. It's like happened a lot. Well, Joe was an unusual character who did an awful lot for people, very supportive of singers, a vet. He'd retired down to Florida and just took music to heart. And he ran a series called Cup of Joe at the NERFA and Surface Showcases conferences. And he would invite anybody to enter and he'd take care of them and he'd sit and listen to their shows. And then he insisted people listen to them after their shows. And he had his whole thing done. So decided to write this song about Joe and make a video. And to kind of say, gets us indicative of how he was respected. In 2 days, it got 1,200 hits, listens in just that short amount of time. People wanting to listen to about Joe and to remember him. So this is called Cup of Joe. Come on in and have a cup of Joe. I'll introduce you to some folks I know. Let me grab my old guitar. You know I never wanted to be a star. Wanna sing some songs. Wanna take it slow. Come on in and have a cup of Joe. I met him several years ago beneath the banyan trees. His voice was big, his heart was bigger still. He wrote great songs and spoke his mind, but never meant to be unkind. He searched for special spaces he could fill. He said, come on in and have a cup of Joe. I'll introduce you to some folks I know. Let me grab my old guitar. You know I never wanted to be a star. Wanna sing some songs. Wanna take it slow. Come on in and have a cup of Joe.
He was born a New York City boy, became an army man, and music was the essence of his soul. He loved his friends and family, was filled with warm integrity, never met a stranger that he didn't know. He said, come on in and have a cup of joe. I'll introduce you to some folks I know. Let me grab my old guitar. You know I never wanted to be a star. Wanna sing some songs, wanna take it slow. Come on in and have a cup of joe. So let's say a prayer for the living, light a candle in the dark. Remember his life with flags unfurled. He always put a little in the hat and had a pat for someone's back. Joe Verga made a difference in this world. He said, come on in and have a cup of joe. I'll introduce you to some folks I know. Let me grab my old guitar. You know I never wanted to be a star. Wanna sing some songs, wanna take it slow. Come on in and have a cup of joe. For Joe Verga.
That's
a great memorial song.
Beautiful.
That's wonderful.
I think Joe would have liked it. He would have.
We're getting some echo from somebody, so if they could figure out who that is, that'd be great. So thanks, Shane. That really was a great song. Okay, up next is going to be Ellen, and following Ellen would be Woody. So go ahead, Ellen. You should be unmuted.
Okay, it's wonderful to see all of you tonight, and I really enjoy it, and so does Alan. And Alan was very good today to help me figure out how to place what I was going to sing, and he did a great job and set everything up. So this is a song that was, in my mind, a very serious song, and seems to be rather related to what's going on right now in the world. Passed on from our fathers, passed on to our sons. We think we know the answer, what's right for everybody. Just a little more killing, well, things gonna be all right. We'll reach the blissful time of peace if we fight, and we fight, and we fight. It's been a long time through history. Today is just as real. There's never been an answer upon the battlefield. What are we living for? Let's find a better solution than war, war, war. Upon this earth, a global family. We search for answers in the dark. The light is hard to see. The warbird of patience waiting. Let him go, go and fly. For the world needs help. Let's let him go. Thank you.
Thank you. I love that song.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellen. Okay, so up next is Woody Carpinella, and following Woody will be Branson Bofat. So Woody, you can unmute. There you go.
Muted.
You are.
Nice.
Nice, Woody.
Nice, Woody. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Woody. Up next is Branson Bofat, and following Branson will be Ergo Canto. So go ahead and unmute Branson. There you are.
Merry Christmas, all. You ever get a song in your head? Mili-kaliki-maka is a thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars by night. Mili-kaliki-maka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Mili-kaliki-maka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars by night. Mili-kaliki-maka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. The stars will shine by day and all the stars by night. Mili-kaliki-maka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah.
Never played that song in my life.
That was fun.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
Let me see. Okay, Ergo Canto is next, and then following them will be Deb Goss. So Paul, you can unmute. Yes, you're muted. I can unmute you.
Oh, you didn't get
There you
unmuted?
go.
Okay.
You're fine now. You're fine now.
I thought we were. Just watching the rug that's got the mics and the cameras and everything. Who knows what's going to happen? Are we on?
You are on. You're all set.
Okay. Think Ireland, around the turn of the century. And what's his name again?
William Butler Yeats.
The song by, well, it's a poem by William Butler Yeats that somebody put to music. I'm not sure exactly who. We learned it from Karen Casey. I went down to the hazelwood
is a great song. Totally. Thanks, guys. Okay, so up next is going to be Deb Goss, and following Deb will be Jan Luby. So go ahead, Deb.
Great to hear you guys. I love when I'm hearing harmonies. So I'm going to go full on what people would think of as a carol. It was written, actually, most of these words were written in the 19th century, but the tune is from the 15th century, more or less. And I'm going to do 3 19th century verses, 1 20th century verse. I'm going to throw that on last. And I changed 3 of the words, so that makes it 21st century too. So, and you'll have heard this before. Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou day spring from on high, and cheer us by thy drawing nigh. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou dear King of O come, thou Key of David, come, and open wide our heavenly home. Make safe the way that leads on high, and close the path to misery. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations, bind all peoples in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and quarrels cease. Come fill the world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. There you go. Thank you.
Over the centuries.
Beautiful. We keep singing the same thing. Right.
Beautiful, Deb. Great job. Thank you. Okay, up next, let's see. So up next, Jan Luby. I don't see Doug Cohn, so following Jan will be Bob Toabe. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Jan. There you go.
Hi, everybody. This has been fun. This has been a great night so far. So this is one of my favorite Christmas songs, aside from carols that I love. This song and the Kinks' Father Christmas are my 2 favorite Christmas songs. But I can't pull off Father Christmas all by myself. So let's see. It's a John McCutcheon song. My name is Francis Tulliver. I come from Liverpool. 2 years ago, the war was waiting for me after school. To Belgium, to Flanders, to Germany, to here. I fought for king and country I love dear. 'Twas Christmas in the trenches where the frost so bitter hung. The frozen fields of France were still, no songs of peace were sung. Our families back in England were toasting us that day. They're brave and glorious lads, so far away. I was lying with my messmate on a cold and rocky ground when across the lines of battle came a most peculiar sound. Said I, now listen up, me boys, each soldier strained to hear, as one young German voice sang out so clear. He's singing bloody well, you know, my partner says to me. Soon one by one each German voice joined in harmony. The cannons rested silent, and the gas clouds rolled no more, as Christmas brought us respite from the war. As soon as they had finished, and a reverent pause was spent, God rest ye merry gentlemen, struck up some lads from Kent. All the next they sang was Steely Knocked. 'Tis silent night, says I, and in two tongues one song filled up that sky. There's someone coming toward us, the frontline sentry cried. All sights were fixed on one lone figure trudging from their side. His truce flag, like the Christmas star, shone on that plain so bright, as he bravely strolled unarmed into the night. Then one by one on either side walked into no man's land. Neither gun nor bayonet, we met there hand in hand. We shared some secret brandy, and we wished each other well. And in a flare-lit soccer game, we gave them hell. We traded chocolates, cigarettes, and photographs from home. These sons and fathers far away with families of their own. Young Saunders played a squeeze box. They had a violin. This curious and unlikely band of men. Soon daylight stole upon us, and France was France once more. With sad farewells we each began to settle back to war. But the question haunted every heart that lived that wondrous night: whose family have I fixed within my sight? 'Twas Christmas in the trenches where the frost so bitter hung. The frozen fields of France were warmed as songs of peace were sung. The walls they kept between us to enact the works of war had crumbled and were gone forevermore. My name is Francis Tulliver. In Liverpool I dwell. Each Christmas come since World War I, I've learned its lessons well. That the ones who call the shots won't be among the dead and lame. And at each end of the rifle, we're the same.
Wow.
Wow. That's a great song. Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Jan.
That's a great song. Okay. Tom,
I think you're echoing.
You're causing a little echo.
I wonder if it's me.
I know. I think it's when Tom Horsky's on. Not quite sure what's going on there, but I'm hearing echo. It's gone right now. So anyway, yes. Up next, it's going to be Bob Toabe, and then following Bob will be Snake. And Bob, do you want to? Are you okay for original sound, Bob?
Yeah, I am.
With your computer.
I am. How long do I have to play?
It's 5 minutes. One song.
Go. There goes the stopwatch. That's it.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Very much.
Bob. Let me see. Okay. Up next is Snake Gulliksen, and following Snake will be Doug Danforth. So go ahead, Snake. There you go.
Evening, everybody. This time of year, it's got some great music that you kind of can't play the rest of the year because it'd be incongruous. Normally, I try to stick to more secular music, but in this particular case, I'm going to do something that has some religious overtones, certainly. I happen to be an atheist, so there is that. It's still a beautiful, beautiful set of music. It's a mashup of two. The first one was written in 1859 by Franz Gruber and Joseph Moore. Franz Gruber was the prelate of a small church in Austria. And they had just gotten a new organ in 1859. And Gruber wanted to have a special dedication service for this organ. So he tried to get it organized, but the problem was that the crew that was installing the organ didn't get it finished in time. So Gruber went to the next town to one of his friends, a fellow named Joseph Moore, who was a school teacher over there. And he also played guitar, and asked him to come up with music for a poem that he, Gruber, had written, and that they would play that or present it with the choir at the dedication service for the organ, even though the organ wasn't working, which they did, and the song became world famous. Still is one of the most treasured Christmas songs that there is. The other one in this little duo or ensemble of songs was written in 1956 by a fellow named Chester Hairston. Now, Chester Hairston was born in 1901, son of slaves. He died in the year 2000. The age of 98. So you can imagine how much he saw in his life. He had quite a career. He started at the Massachusetts College of Architecture, but tied up with someone who sponsored him to go to Tufts, where he was one of the first black students admitted, and certainly one of the first blacks to graduate. He then went on to study at Juilliard. Late in his life, he was awarded honorary doctorates from both Tufts and Juilliard. He made a specialty of researching what we call Negro spirituals. That may not be a politically correct term, but I can't think of a better one. And he put together several ensembles to present these spirituals all around the country, and spent several years as an ambassador at large to the world, sponsored by the U.S. government, presenting these programs to the rest of the world so that they could become aware of the heritage of this kind of music. He wrote, among other things, the song Amen, which was in the movie Lilies of the Field in 1963, big hit for a group called the Impressions. He wrote several other pieces. This particular one was recorded by Harry Belafonte in 1956. Hairston also became an actor and an author. He was in many plays, TV shows, movies. He's quite a guy. Jester Hairston. So anyway, this starts off with the one from Gruber and Moore, and swaps back and forth between the two of them. Silent night, holy night. Let me start that again. I can't remember the song. Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright around yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new King born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Now Joseph and his wife Mary come to Bethlehem that night. They find no place to born the child. Not a single room was in sight. By and by they find a little nook in a stable all forlorn, and in a manger cold and dark, Mary's little boy was born. But now hear the angels sing, a new King born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Silent night, holy night. Shepherds quake at the sight. Glory streams from heaven far. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Jesus the Savior is born. while shepherds watch their flocks by night. They see a bright new shining star. They hear a choir sing. The music seemed to come from afar. Hark now, hear the angels sing. A new king born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, brings love's pure light. Radiant streams from his holy face, bringing the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus was Lord at his birth. Jesus was Lord at his birth. Hark now, hear the angels sing. A new King born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing. Listen to what they say, that we shall live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Thank you very much.
Mistake. It's a great combination of songs. Thanks, Nick. So up next is going to be Doug Danforth, and following Doug will be Tom Maynard. So Doug, you can go ahead and unmute.
So I'd like to share a song that was written roughly in the 15th century, probably in Dorset, England. Many of you probably have heard this. It's called "I Will Give My Love an Apple." I will give my love an apple without e'er a core. I will give my love a house without e'er a door. I will give my love a palace wherein she may be, and she may unlock it without any key. My head is the apple without e'er a core. My mind is the house without e'er a door. My heart is the palace wherein she may be, and she may unlock it without any key.
Short and sweet.
Great old song. I like that one.
I think I had heard that before, but it's a very nice song. Thank you, Doug. Wonderful. Thanks, Doug. So up next is going to be Tom Maynard, and following Tom will be Joanna Katzen. So Tom, you can unmute.
Thank you, Dan. So I've been struggling today because the news of David Surratt leaving us has really struck hard. He was one of the instructors I had my first year at the Summer Acoustic Music Week, and just like blew my mind wide open to the possibilities of what a guitar could sound like, and so I've been going back and forth about whether to do sort of a David Surratt arrangement or something else, and also, dealing with losses of Bill Staines and others. So I've decided to do a Bill Staines song because I think it kind of speaks to how I'm feeling about things right now. It's called Phoenix. And I'm kind of dealing a little bit with some congestion tonight. I've been fighting off a cold for the past week or so I apologize for that. This is called Phoenix, Bill Staines. There's a dreamer coming down. He's lighting up the town, a flashing spectacle of life and love and living. And when he falls away, nothing follows but the day and all the memories of better times forgiving. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Take it from the ashes and teach it how to fly again. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. It's hard to wish upon a star. When you see that star is falling, it's hard to hold on to a dream when it comes crashing down. But they fill the empty nights, and the cost ain't much for trying, just a tear or two to a heart that's known some crying. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Take it from the ashes and teach it how to fly again. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. So look into the night. Another dreamer's taken flight, shining with the stars in all the heavens. And listen to the wind, another song's beginning. It's looking for a friend, someone to sing to. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. take it from the ashes and teach it how to fly again. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart. Oh Lord, have mercy on this poor, poor heart.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Song, Tom.
Thank you.
Great choice. Thank you for that, Tom.
Thank you.
Hey. Well, Joanna has to follow that.
Yeah,
Up next
not
is Joanna
easy.
Katzen.
Not
And following
easy.
Following Joanna would be Cheryl. So I'm going to mute, and you can unmute yourself, Joanna.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about all these losses. I'm rather new on this scene, so I didn't know most of these people, and I'm so sorry. It's been a really hard time for the community. I feel a little irreverent with the song I'm about to sing, but this is a song by Mike Snyder. And it is a very mature and profound expression of love. You say that I don't love you. You say my love's untrue. Well, darling, if I was rich, well, I would prove my love to you. I'd buy you a diamond ring and a new fur coat or two. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. I'd buy you a Cadillac and a new Mercedes too. I'd build you a mansion up on the mountaintop if my nose was running money. But honey, it's not. It's a booger of a problem that I've got. I wish my nose was running money, but it's not. Well, I'd buy you a Cadillac and a new Mercedes too. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. If my nose was running money, we'd have everything we please. The first time you needed cash, all I'd have to do is sneeze. We'd be living high upon the hog if the hog would be so lean. If my nose was running money, we'd be rolling in the green. It's a booger of a problem that I got. I wish my nose was running money, but it's not. I'd buy you a Cadillac and a new Mercedes too. If my nose was running money, I'd blow it all on you. If my nose was running money, well, I'd blow it all on you.
It's a sick song, Joanna.
Thanks. I didn't write it. Mike Snyder wrote it, but it is a good one.
Thank you.
I needed that laugh.
That's right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking we might.
Yes, it's a good change. Okay, so up next is Cheryl. And I'm going to mute, and then you can unmute yourself, Cheryl, and go ahead.
Okay, yes. Thank you for switching, Dan. I had a open mic malfunction, contribution malfunction. I'm here tonight and joined by my daughter, Abby, who's doing work while she's listening and enjoying everyone. She's good at puns, and I just asked her, quick, Abby, can you give me some pun to join in there with that last song, Joanna? But no, I don't have one to offer, just poems. I will add that, Frank, I heard references to Joni Mitchell with the Kennedy Center performance, and I've heard some great interviews with her friend Brandi Carlile, also covering Joni's songs, and Brandi's been doing this great thing with Joni and bringing musician and singer-songwriter friends to her and singing with her as a group together. It sounds like a great idea that she's benefiting from. So I brought a poem and a little introduction of what I wrote this morning outside that goes with this poem I wrote. It's during COVID time. So what I wrote this morning is, it's 19 degrees. I used to complain about the cold, but these days I don't feel a thing when I'm outside first thing in the morning. In fact, now I only feel the holy fire of being alive. And so I put my hands together in deepest gratitude as I say good morning to the sun. And this poem has the sun in it as well. And I brought it out. I wrote it the last year or so. I wrote COVID time, and it addresses, I picked it for the time of year of sharing the miracle of the Christmas story. And it's inspired by my more recent interest in talking about miracles and mysteries in life that are large and small, and believing that when we talk more about them, that they might bring more hope and faith and inspiration into our world. And this poem is inspired by a cast of characters, including the sun and Jesus Christ and a baby squirrel and my daughter. And it's called Jesus, Squirrel, and the Sun. I made a list this morning of all the mystery that I am trying to remember from my life, to remind myself that life is never rote nor predictable. I made this list to remind myself we can never know it all, no matter how many books we have, no matter how many courses we might take, no matter how many gurus we seek the answers from. Mystery is like an antidote for this life, really, right? Medicine prompting and poking us to get off of our knees, to feel our most alive, giving us hope to keep on going. Like the time I saw Jesus against the wall in the basement, sniffing a daisy when I was a child. Like the time my husband told me about ghosts in his growing up house who told him stories. Like the time my friend told me about the spaceship landing from the sky. Like the time I saw the Perseids nonstop flashing of lights in the dark night. Like the time I was gazing at the sun and forgot that I was not part of the sun until my eyes hurt. Like the time the chickadee landed on my open hand in childhood. Like the time a chickadee landed on my shoulder in later life. Like the time I saw the rainbow causing us to stop the car just as the deer lumbered massive and slow in front of the windshield. Like the time I saw the two eagles circling right above me after asking for a sign. Like the time last week, the injured baby squirrel took its last few desperate sips of water from the dropper my daughter offered as it lay stiffening in the little box with her favorite warm, soft blue scarf cradled around it like a mother's arms after the jolt and pain of being hit by a car. I never before felt so much awe and mystery at the simple sighting of this daughter I once cradled, now giving all her life's love back to this one tiny squirrel. No matter what else in the world was going on, like it was her own child, like it was her own mother, like it was a deer, like it was one of the stars above, like it was the entire enormous sun or the cosmos even. Thank you.
Wow.
Nice.
Great Cheryl, thank you. Okay, thanks, Cheryl. I think that's everybody on the list. So I guess it's my turn to finish things off. And since the winter solstice is tomorrow at 10:58 a.m., this song is called Solstice. Darkest days of winter, the waning of the year, in the still quiet of the cold, comes a message soft but clear, not a gathering of angels or bugles brazen blare, but a whisper in the stillness, a glimmer in the drear, promise for tomorrow, the sun will reappear, and the lighting of the darkness is the lifting of a stone. Message in the morning, we do not walk alone. We do not walk alone. When hazy days of gray feel like cotton to the soul, when life's constant disappointments make a mockery of toil, though days stretch on forever and nights are longer still, and the tunnel's twists and turns seem an endless path until comes a morning sunrise to free the light and will, though you might miss the signal of the dawning in the dark. Babies laugh, a tender touch, a meeting in the park. The lighting of the darkness is the lifting of a stone. Message in the morning, we do not walk alone. We do not walk alone. Fight against injustice wears your spirit down if you know your destination, but a path cannot be found. Standing by the barricade, take a look around. The crowd of kindred spirits who stand on common ground. Voices raised together in a rare and holy sound, and the lighting of the darkness is the lifting of a stone. Message in the morning, we do not walk alone. We do not walk alone.
Yeah, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Very fitting song to end this whole summer. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Happy holidays, everybody. And
See you all
thanks for
next
coming.
year.
Happy holidays. Yeah, next
Thanks
year.
Yes.
for doing this.
Thanks,
Thanks everybody for showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to see everyone.
So the next one would be Monday, January 3rd, first Monday in January. So hope you can all make it and see you
Yeah,
then.
thanks so
year.
much.
I'll be there.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Stay safe. Stay well.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, Ellen. Bye, everybody.
Very happy everything.
In the new
Take care.
year.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.